But first, we're following breaking news from Lansing. Just announced, Governor Whitmer declares racism a public health crisis here in Michigan. But first, breaking news on the national front. This afternoon, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden will not be traveling to Milwaukee for the 2020 Democratic National Convention, and neither will any of the other speakers who will address the mostly now virtual convention. In the meantime, back here at home, Governor Whitmer has said black residents in Michigan are 4 times more likely to die from COVID-19 than white residents are due to the unequal economic and healthcare treatment and racism. Let's get out to our Rob Maloney. He joins us now with a look at the governor's plan to combat system inequity.
Well, you know, Everett, what you just said there is in large measure what the governor was talking about today, saying that the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed inequities all across the state and the healthcare system. And so what she's done is declared that racism a public health crisis. And in order to cope with that, she has decided that she's going to have an executive order creating the Black Leadership Action Council, or make that the Black Leadership Advisory Council across Michigan. And what she says she wants to do is to acknowledge and address systemic racism, wants to work with leaders all across the state. And let's hear from the governor from her press conference just in the last hour.
COVID-19 is more than 4 times as likely to take the life of a black Michigander than a white one. And this reflects long-standing, deep societal, economic, and environmental disparities. This executive directive directs MDHHS to work with other state departments to examine data, develop and plan policies, engage, communicate, and advocate for communities of color.
Now, there was a whole lot more in this news conference. It went over an hour, or almost an hour. And what we discussed had a lot to do with schools and where things are in terms of opening up schools with in-person instruction and the like. And so coming up on Local 4 News at 5 and 6, we're going to be taking a look at that and how the governor is breaking that out and where she's leaning as we get just a few weeks out. Reporting live in West Bloomfield, Rod Maloney, Local 4.